I'm living in São Paulo right now, and my mom's visiting me, so we decided to get out of the city and go to Jericoacoara for a few days. I've heard really mixed reviews. Some people say that it's paradise, but others say that it's become too overrun and overpriced, so I honestly have no idea what to expect, but I'm excited to find out, and we'll see if it actually lives up to all the hype. Cars aren't really allowed in the town here, so you can see it's all pedestrian streets, and the entire town is on top of sand. First morning, we ended up booking all the tours, so there's the east tour that you can do and the west tour in the town, and book them both through the hotel. I'm sure if you're not staying in one of these hotels, you can still book with some of the tour agencies, but obviously the hotel makes it pretty easy. So we booked that for tomorrow and the following day. Today we're just going to go to the beach, just explore the town a little bit, but that's pretty much it. Right now we're just heading off to breakfast because it's in the hotel. We went over to the dune side. We walked 30 minutes to an hour over to the dunes. Wasn't in the forecast, but there was a total storm, rain, and since we were in the dunes, a bunch of sand, so we had to walk back. You can't tell the damage, but we're completely soaked with sand, which hurts, by the way, when it's hitting you like that. So I'm gonna take a rinse. It's still very bad outside. It's way too rainy and cloudy today. There's literally a pool right in the room, right outside. So we're gonna go for a little dip, and then tomorrow we have the first tour. I think we're going to I can't remember if it's the west or east side, but we're gonna go on a tour tomorrow. No solo les voy a dejar un review, también voy a... I didn't know how to drive manual, so the guide gave us both tutorials before going out, and my mom went first since she already knows how to drive manual. I tried later and I loved these quad bikes. I want to get one whenever I stop moving around so much. This helmet here.
Até que agora tá aparecendo alguns coloridos, viu? De julho em diante a água fica mais transparente. Para de chover, né? Porque ali tinha cavalo marinho macho e fêmea, viu? Cavalo marinho a gente tem diferença de macho.
Use these rafts to get vehicles across this body of water. I don't know what it is, but we thought it was pretty insane that just these little rafts could carry the weight of an entire car or truck, plus these quad bikes and motorcycles.
No, tú no estás en el platform. Ah, the audio, you mean. No estoy grabando.
¿Pero qué tiene que ver con el freno?
Ah, ok.
Precisei sair pra poder voltar, ver o tempo bem fechado, pra ver o dia clarear.
Aqui? Muito bonito. Qual é o nome daqui?
Lagoa do Amanso.
Lagoa?
Do Amanso.
Do Amasso?
Amanso. Amanso é nome de uma pessoa. Nome de gente. Amanso. Tá bom. Subam na duna, subam lá, a pé, que de lá tem uma visão bonita também.
Ah, legal.
Aí você vê assim, a lagoa.
Ay, perdón. Fue la... Ah, no, pues bueno, está bien entonces. La otra no te duele.
Saiu na rua é francês e inglês.
Não, inglês. Não. Francês é só em Quebec. otro estado.
Província. Lá é província.
Província.
Ah,
Obrigada. ¿No? ¿Tú la conocías o no? One quick thing I wanted to tell you guys, because we didn't know, is they're going to ask for your tourist document every time you leave the main little town area. So you do have to make sure to take it with you on the tour so that you can actually get back in here.
a mim sim. Queremos. Ai! Vir aqui para Rossi. Marroquina.
So today we're going to the Pedra Furada, which is about 45-minute hike from the main village, and you have to go specifically during low tide. So you can look it up online, low tide, high tide, whatever, for the specific day when you're going to go, because it changes day to day. So it's going to end pretty soon, the low tide, so I need to get going really quickly. I'm gonna go that way. You can also go by the beach, but it's like 5 kilometers. I think if you just go by the city, it's 2 kilometers, so way quicker, and you can go with shoes instead of sandals or whatever.
Precisei perder pra poder ganhar muito tempo bem calado.
There are 2 paths here. This is the actual path. So if you see something that is more sandy, take that. From the top, it's not obvious, and I ended up taking a rocky path, which is basically just going fully down the cliff. Now I just realized I went down the cliff completely, just not sliding down, but I was just holding the rocks, which is definitely not it. Definitely just take the path.
Pra que eu conseguisse falar coisas que alguém vai escutar. Um dia você verá que sorriso e uma companhia.
Voy a recomendar este lugar.
Voy a recomendar
¿Le tomaste?
esto. I'm just telling them that they should come and try this delicious food. So, we're at our last breakfast in Jericoacoara, and I liked it. I thought it was very unique. The sand dunes with the beach and the lagoons in the sand dunes, very unique place. And also the very sandy streets. Basically the whole town is on top of the sand and all the streets are on top of sand, which I thought was very unique and cool. And so yeah, I liked it. What are your thoughts on Jericoacoara?
I agree 100%. It's really, like you said, a unique place to visit and explore. So they call it the Caribbean of Brazil, but this is definitely a much unique experience than just the Caribbean. It's definitely worth the trip.
I agree, very different. We've been to the Caribbean many times, and this place is totally different than the rest.
They don't have all-inclusives here, like people go to the Caribbean because of the all-inclusives, the convenience, but even though they don't have that option in this area, in the state of Ceará in Brazil, it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth exploring a new destination. So if people are tired of going to the Caribbean, this is definitely a spot to explore and visit.
And even though there are no all-inclusives, it feels like the town is like it's not all-inclusive, but it feels like a really big resort, no?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So you don't feel stuck in the resort. Mm-hmm. You can actually go out. And the other thing that really pleasantly surprised me is how safe Jericoacoara is. We had no issues whatsoever with going around any time of day and with our phones, and we never felt.
You just leave them on the table.
Yeah, we just left it anywhere, like checking where we are and where we're going and where we're heading. that was never a concern at all. So a very, very safe place. So sometimes the concern that people have when they travel is that they go to the resort and they're just safe in the resort, but then you feel stuck because you can't really go out unless you go on an escorted tour. But in this case, we never felt that was necessary. They do have guided tours, but it's more so you know where you're going and you don't get lost in Jericoacoara. But going to the town, to the main streets and the where the shops are, there was no need whatsoever to be with someone that know where they're going. You just go out, walk around and explore, go to the souvenir shops, and it's just it was really pleasant, a very relaxed atmosphere, and the music, the bossa nova, from Brazil, it's really relaxing too. So yeah, it's really, I would definitely recommend people coming here and experiencing this unique place, and I would definitely come back, even not next year, but definitely sometime in the future if I want to come back and have a relaxed and safe place where I feel where I want to go and relax, and definitely I would come here.
Yeah,
I would come back. Yeah.
And
you come back.
I don't like to repeat places, really, but maybe with Sean. Sean is my brother. Maybe with Sean to go windsurfing or kite surfing. To go kite surfing or do kind of the sports that they have here. I think it would be fun for that. One of the two main concerns or issues or complaints that I heard about Jericoacoara, there are two. Number one is that it has become very overrun by tourists, drunk tourists, rowdy. It used to be very beautiful, the nature, relaxing place, and it became very rowdy and like a place where people come to party kind of thing. And so it ruined it for the locals is what they would say. That was one. And then the second is that everything is overpriced, too expensive here now, kind of because of that tourism. So what are your thoughts on, well, let's start with the first one, on the overrun by party tourists, because that's not really our scene. We don't really drink or party or anything like that. So yeah, what did you think of that? Did you think it was a concern or an issue here?
Not at the time of year when we came, but
Say
maybe.
what time of year we're here?
Oh yes, so it's May, and it's okay, pretty good. So it's May, and yeah, we didn't experience that at all. So what we've heard is that a lot of people come during this time of year from South America, from other South American countries.
Lots of locals right now.
So there are lots of locals from other parts of Brazil, and then we've noticed that there is also tourism from
Argentina, Chile.
Yeah. But maybe that was a concern during other time of year, like in the fall, September, August, September, or
Yeah. So when we were getting the, I don't know how to say it. When we were on the transfer from the airport to the town, the lady that was driving us told us that from August to December there are a lot of European tourists. So I think that's the time of year when it's probably very rowdy and lots of people coming to party, and maybe if that's not your scene, maybe the time of year when you don't want to be here. But we're here end of May, and it's been very relaxed. Not as many foreign tourists.
Not at all.
Yeah. So that's not a concern during this specific time of year, at least right now. And then the other thing was things being overpriced. I guess I thought that in the what is it called? In the souvenir shops and things like that, I thought things were really reasonable. There were things that they were charging like $5 for that I would pay $20 for, and some places would probably charge like $30, $40 for. So, and those are actually Canadian dollars. It's even cheaper, actually, $4 or something for some of the things like bags and hats and whatnot. So I thought that the prices were reasonable in the tourist shops. The prices for the tours were reasonable. And the tours that you go on, so there's a west side tour and an east side tour, and we were told that we should do it through the hotel because if you just go on the street and pay for it, you're gonna get ripped off. So we went through the hotel. We paid 500 reais for each trip, which was I think it's a reasonable price. One thing is the there are certain things on the tours that you're going to have to pay for separately. So you're more so paying for guidance on where you're going. And also for the vehicle. Exactly, yeah. The vehicle as well. But there are some things that will be extra. Still, I thought it was a reasonable price. But we decided to ask, you decided to ask out of curiosity, just in the town.
Obrigada. Você falou 300 quanto? 300.
And they actually said that the price they had was $380. So it could be true that some people will rip you off, but maybe you could shop around and ask a little bit, because we just went with we didn't even question it because we had already been told to do the hotel. But yeah, when you come, you could try that. I still don't think that it was like a rip off either. It was a normal price. In general, I thought like the restaurants had reasonable prices, maybe a little bit high for this region of Brazil if you go outside of this area, because we're comparing to São Paulo. It's the same-ish, but if you compare it to other parts of Ceará, then yeah, maybe it's a little bit overpriced. But if you're visiting from,
reasonable, nothing
if you're visiting
outrageous.
from like U.S., Canada, or something like that,
Maybe
UK.
One thing, a recommendation would be to check out Google reviews before you go to restaurants, because some of them are really, really slow, and really they're overpriced. But so just check out the Google reviews before you choosing to go into a restaurant. Because the service was actually quite different from one place to another. So that's one thing that we experienced. So we were lucky that we found a favorite restaurant, so that we went back to. The service was quick or up to standards, and the food was really good. But, could be a hit and miss, so it's a good idea to check Google reviews.
Yeah, definitely check. I think we were trying, because usually we do check. If we're in a big city in São Paulo, we would check the reviews. But here we're being spontaneous, whatever, walking around like, oh, this place looks good, or we look at the menu. Maybe don't do that. Or before you walk in, just check quickly the Google reviews, because, as you said, it can be very slow. And I'll show you the good restaurant you guys should definitely go to. We went twice. We had said that if we had gone the first night, it would have been bad. I think it would have been good if we had just kept going back to that same restaurant.
We wouldn't have explored other options. We would have just gone back to that one because it was so good.
Yeah. So overall, those two concerns, I think that they're not really. I thought it was a great trip. I really enjoyed it. And we've been to a lot of places together, and I thought this was very, very unique.
Top on the list for sure.
On the list, yes. Yeah. Okay, so overall, we would both recommend it. Right?
Definitely, yes.
And I think that's all for today. I'll see you on the next video.